What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about some of the palettes that are in my collection that I think would create some of the best Valentine's Day looks. So if you want to see what those palettes are, then keep on watching. But before we get into anything, you already know what you got to do. Click that subscribe button, hit that bell getting the notifications when I post new videos, and click that like button letting me know you're liking the stuff that I'm putting out. So without wasting any more time, let's get into these palettes. Alright, so the way I'm going to go through these palettes is I'm going to go small to medium to large, so just so you can kind of get some context of how I'm going to do this one. So I'm going to first start off with my small palettes. Yeah, all my small palettes fit in here. I've got quite a few. So first off, I'm going to start off with the palette that I actually used on my eyes today for my eye look. So it's the ColourPop Ornate palette. So this is what this one looks like on the inside, so you can understand why I would consider this a really cute Valentine's Day palette, because I created this. So you want kind of like a muted red, this is going to be your thing. So the next one I will pop is Birds of Paradise by ColourPop. Unfortunately they don't sell this one anymore, but if you look on the inside, you can understand why. It's more of like a fiery red. You can even incorporate some of like that orangish gold color right there. So that's another one that I think is good. One of their new releases, Wine and Only. I think this one is a really nice palette. I've actually used it already. Here's what it looks like on the inside. So if you're wanting like a deep wine red color eye look for Valentine's Day, this one's gonna be your gig. It's like stack and roll as I go. So when I was thinking of this particular video, I wanted to stay like in your traditional Valentine's Day colors, so like your purples, your pinks, your reds. That's kind of where I was rolling with, so that's why I chose this one. I lilac you a lot, so this is kind of like a light purple palette. So that's what that one looks like on the inside. If you want to create like a little purple look for Valentine's Day, you got this one. I couldn't find my It's My Pleasure, but that's another one. I'll put the picture up here. That's another one that I think that you could use. Next up is Ooh La La by ColourPop. This is their like hot pink palette. As you can see, super cute, super cute palette. Next up is Strawberry Shake. So this is the sister palette to the next one that I will show. So this is very like a lot of reds and pinks. So if you're trying to keep in that family, that's this palette. Next up is, this is the sister palette I was talking about. It's Main Squeeze. So this one was ColourPop's like red palette. So here's that one. You can create like a nice red look for Valentine's Day. Next up is I don't know if they still sell this palette. I don't think they do. I'll put it somewhere in the video if it is. But this one's called You Had Me at Hello. This is more of like a muted like purple / pink palette. A little bit of browns in there. You can create like a muted purplish mauve-y situation. So I like this one for. Next up I'll show is kind of an old favorite, Mavi Cosmetics Take Me to Tokyo. This one has a lot of colors, but specifically they have like this red, this pink, purple. Like you could create that. It's like a pinkish purple right here, and then there's like an actual purple right here. So you could actually create kind of like a purple pink kind of mixed look with this particular palette. Another Mavi Cosmetics palette. is Take Me to Paris. This one has a lot of pinks, and it's mostly a pink palette with like that pop of green. You don't necessarily have to use the green, but the pinks in here would really work. Alright, and then next up, to kind of finish off some of these small palettes, all Juvia's Place. So one of the newer ones, the Nubian Royal. So this is like pretty much Purple City. So if you want to create like a purple look for Valentine's Day, you can definitely do that one. I have the violets, but it's not my favorite palette. I prefer this one easily over the violets. But so if you're looking for a purple, like a small purple palette, this is it. Next up is The Berries by Juvia's Place. I mean, if you want to create like this beautiful berry look, you can use this palette. Next up is the Sweet Pink. So this is kind of like their hot pink palette. As you can see, beautiful vibrant colors, really nice. Next up, the last one up for the small palettes is the Mauves by Juvia's Place. Sorry, they just sent off the Amber Alert, the alert thing on the phones. But yeah, so this is the Mauves on the inside. So you can see it's kind of like a muted pink. So if you want like more of a muted pink look, then this bad boy is going to be your deal. So that's it for the small palettes. I'll be right back with the mediums. Alright, so next up I have all of, as I almost drop all of them, all my medium palettes that I think would be really good for Valentine's Day looks. So first up is the Weekend Festival by BH Cosmetics. Unfortunately, they don't make this one anymore, but they have, I believe, Color Festival, if it's not still there. They also have Midnight Festival, if that one's not there. But those are the two newer ones of this particular family. So this is what the inside of that one looks like. So you got some purples and pinks in here where you can kind of create something really nice and pretty for Valentine's Day. So I really like this one. Then you got, well, that didn't work in my favor. I tried to throw it over here on my couch. Next up, we have Mimosa by BH Cosmetics. This is definitely still available. And you can see, for obvious reasons, why this would make a really good Valentine's Day palette. If you kind of take out, if you disregard the yellows, this is a pink palette. You can roll with however you so choose. So there's that one. If you're more into the coral family, so like the orangey side of pink, you can do a Nubian Coral, which is this one right here, the Nubian 3 Coral. Super pretty, create like a nice corally pink eye look. Next up is the Deuce by Juvia's Place. Super pretty. I mean, but this is like very much so pink. Like, this is a pink palette. I mean, if you take away kind of like this silvery color and that green and that chocolate, you pretty much can create a pink look with this palette. Like, this is Pink City. Next up is the Festival by Juvia's Place. This is more of like your red tones. So if you're wanting to create kind of like a red look, there's a nice big old pink in there, but like you got your reds and all of those other, this is more of like a red palette. Even this one, it's kind of showing up orange on my camera, but this is actually kind of like an orangey red. So if you wanted to create like a red look, this bad boy is cool now. And then last up on my medium palettes is the Solar Flare by BH Cosmetics. I want to say they still sell this. This is their baked eyeshadow formula, which is actually really good. So as you can see why I would consider this very much a Valentine's Day palette. But obviously you would have to put some mattes on in order to create a look from this palette. But if you're wanting a Valentine's Day pink, red, your metallics will happen with this one. So last up is the large palettes. So here are all of my large eyeshadow palettes that I think you could create some really nice Valentine's Day looks with. So first up, we're going to start off with the Zodiac Loves palette from BH Cosmetics. And if you look on the inside, you can see why this whole area over here, you can create like a nice Valentine's Day pinky look, purpley, red, however you so choose. This is a really good palette. It has that baked formula that I spoke about in the solar flare. It's greatness. Next up is the original Zodiac palette from BH Cosmetics. And so you can look on the inside and see you've got, especially over here, you can create a Valentine's Day look. You got purples, you got pinks, you got reds. You can come up with something that would be super bomb for Valentine's Day. Next up is Fade into Hue by ColourPop. This is their rainbow palette. So obviously, if you hit these two rows over here, you can create a bomb.com Valentine's Day look out of this palette. And then next up is the Wahala 2 palette from Juvia's Place. You can use these two rows over here to create something super, super cute. And then also right here is the purple row. So you can do a purple look if you so choose. And then last up is the original Wahala palette. So if you open that bad boy up, you got tons of choices. So you got this whole purple row right here, and then you got this pink and red row. The purple row kind of continues over a little bit. So you got the purples, and then you got the pink and red row right there to create some fun looks. So hopefully you got something out of this video. Definitely any of these palettes can create a really pretty or really dramatic or bold Valentine's Day look. Or if you want to kind of keep it muted, you can kind of do any of those palettes, like especially the Juvia's Place Mauves, the Deuce palette, and ColourPop's Ornate would be, I would say, your best bets for a more muted Valentine's Day look. And then obviously if you want to go big and bold, you can use any of the other palettes that I suggested. So if you enjoyed this video, comment down below letting me know what you think. If you think I should create a series out of this where I talk about specific palettes for specific holidays. If you're trying to create a certain type of look, let me know. But obviously, before we head out, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, getting the notifications when I post new videos, and click that like button letting me know you're liking the stuff that I'm putting out. I'm gonna try to post more regularly. Work got a little crazy, so now I'm going to try and take a little bit more time, sit down and actually like film a couple of videos at a time so that I can give you my twice a week schedule. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and until next time guys, deuces.